Welcome back to the Associated's Around the Table. I'm your host, Beth Goldsmith. A recent study revealed that 77% of individuals are anxious about their financial situation. Join me as we talk with three Associated Network professionals: Lisa Budlow, Chief Executive Officer of CHAI, Joan Grayson Cohen, Executive Director of Jewish Community Services, and Addie Lewis Klein, Executive Director of the Macks Jewish Connection Network. They're here to talk about what they are seeing and share resources on how you can strengthen your financial well-being. Thank you all for being here. We are hearing a lot about rising costs and people living paycheck to paycheck. What trends are you seeing in our community? I'll start with you.
I would say the trend that we're seeing the most is requests for rental assistance. People aren't able to pay their water bills. That's been a big challenge in Baltimore City. And we've often seen that they wait long, sort of until they're in crisis before they make the call. And it's just a lot harder to help them in that case.
Joan, how about at GCS?
We're similar. We're seeing a lot of uptick in calls for requests for financial assistance, for rental assistance as well. But one of the things we're also seeing is how it's affecting folks' mental health. Seeing an uptick in people's calls about stress and anxiety. And of course, with the federal layoffs and the workforce landscape, we're seeing higher requests in career services as well.
We're in a slightly different situation. We're mostly working with families raising children, and they thought that if they were dual income households that they would be able to provide a high level of involvement in Jewish life. And I think what they tell us is that they feel squeezed also, and that they're not able to afford summer camp and other kinds of experiences that they thought they'd be able to provide their children. Joining a synagogue, sending their child to camp, day school for sure, I think feels out of reach for a lot of people. We are just trying to help show that many of us are in the same situation and change the stigma around that kind of choice that people are making, that we're all in this together.
Food costs are higher. Insurance costs are higher. People are worried about their 401k plans, Medicare, Medicaid. And this is a really important opportunity for us as a community, I think, to start normalizing these issues.
Yeah, I think there's sort of a stereotype about who needs financial assistance. It sounds like it's a lot more complex.
I mean, when I think about the stereotypes about who needs financial assistance, the first place my mind goes is to older adults. You know, if we think about the older adults that we're serving and understand that everyone's living on a fixed income, they are all concerned with ensuring that the resources that they have can stretch and cover the needs, that they don't know what's coming around the bend.
At the Jewish Connection Network, we're developing a robust 55 plus platform. So it really is for kind of the younger empty nesters. And what we hear from them is we want to stay involved in the community. We want to give back, and we want to have meaningful opportunities for our own Jewish life right now. But we need to do that in a way that fits into the budget that we've set for ourselves in this stage of retirement, because they know they're going to live longer than their parents did probably, and they need to make those retirement dollars last as long as they can.
That is the challenge for a lot of people, that they think there's some type of profile of somebody who has financial need. And I can tell you from working in this field for a really long time, we have had large donors who then come. Life changes, circumstances happen, and so there's no guarantee for any of us. And I think it's really important for people, as we were saying earlier, to understand that there is no stigma. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how federal layoffs have affected globally individuals in our community. So it's those that lost their federal jobs, but many companies relied on federal funding and grants. And so there is a large amount of folks right now who are looking for jobs. And so there's a whole group of ages that are in this bind. There is no picture of somebody who needs financial assistance.
Each of you has mentioned stigma. So let's talk a little bit about that.
We've seen foreclosure, calls for foreclosure crises. And if you get to a certain point in a foreclosure process, it can become too late for you to get the assistance that would have been available to you if you had called earlier. So if we can kind of keep that in mind and try to really do that outreach that makes it easier for people to come forward, we're going to be able to help them, and we're all stronger and better off.
I think it's important to understand why there is a stigma, and people feel shame is essentially why people don't want to come forward. They don't want to ask for things. And I think, Lisa, you're spot on that if we can create this bubble of a welcoming, warm place that people can go, it becomes normalized that these services are part of your community. When someone calls JCS, and I'm sure we all could say that, somebody is there to listen to what you're saying and what you're not saying. And they're specially trained to be able to tell you how we can help you. So people can feel safe in telling their full story, and leave it to us, we'll figure out how to navigate the services for you.
Share one or two programs that are directly addressing these issues.
Sure. I'll start with some free or low-cost opportunities for getting involved in the Jewish community. So one, I have to mention PJ Library, the free monthly book program that I think for a lot of families raising children, that is the main way that Jewish education is entering their home, and it is absolutely free thanks to the Associated. The second, I would say, for people that are in different phases of life is we have lots of cohorts and ongoing book clubs with the Jewish Library of Baltimore and other opportunities like that that people can get involved in where cost is not a barrier, but it's a chance to get to know people in your community, and then you're going through these turbulent times together in community.
Lisa, how about you? What's going on?
So Chai supports all of the neighborhood associations. That is just a great way to, meet your neighbors. It also provides that extra benefit of once you know your neighbors, you can look out for each other. And it's just a way to kind of build communities.
We have a community engagement area of our agency where we provide programs in the community that are free of charge. Some of them are in person, some are virtual. Everything from mindful art to support for Parkinson's disease, for dementia, low vision, and lots of other programs that enable people to connect. It's very clear that the vision the Associated had many years ago to bring many agencies under one umbrella was brilliant, because none of us come in nice little neat packages with one problem.
Thank you all so much. Thank you not just for being here today and talking so frankly with me, but thank you for what you do every day for our community. To learn more about what's available in our community, go to associated.org/financial well-being. We hope you will join us for the Associated's next edition of Around the Table as we continue to explore what our community is thinking about today's issues.